He's a detective with Highland Park PD. So if that's what they're asking about, that's the person with the badge. Is that what they're asking?
Yeah. So basically, you guys are confirming that the person who, I think they're asking about the person who threatened Juvie.
Yes, that's who Sophie confirmed.
Yeah, that would have been the only person that Sophie would know.
I didn't know you guys were going to confirm that. Okay.
Okay.
Are you guys hearing this, everybody? If anything, please listen to this, okay? Jake's, are you kidding me?
Yeah. So, okay, so he's his stepfather, correct? Not his biological, his stepfather is a detective, and he is the one who put the badge in Sophie's face.
Yeah, it started making sense. She kept referring to this person as Popo. And then one day she said it again, like Popo. And then Courtney did some research and she figured it out. And sure enough, that's who it was. And then we eventually, through deep dive searching, found pictures of him with the...
It was really difficult. It was almost like all of the other photos had been removed through direct or indirect means from the internet, any contact of him with that police station. However, if you look back to the 2013 centennial for Highland Park, there he is with the entire detective force. So.
Yeah.
And how far is Highland Park from Frisco?
Stone's throw.
No, it's not that far. It's also one of the wealthiest areas in Dallas. So this is one of the reasons why we've been so frustrated for so long too, is that, we have a little girl who is trying to explain to us what's gone on with her. We're doing our best to stay, objective, follow the process, stay the course, knowing this in the background, right? And then suddenly we come across a telephone call where they're interfering with the investigation out of Frisco, and we're like, nothing adds up, nothing makes sense. And look,
I gotta say this, sorry. If there's a connection between this sergeant from Frisco and Jake's stepfather, who's a detective as well, how is there a way to connect these two? Or are we talking, do we have to hire somebody, a separate firm, to find this out? And if that's the case.
Yeah, Josh, you can be sure that we're going to be asking questions about that. That's for sure. I mean, Kelly's gotten deposed. We did ask questions about it there. It will be asked about. I mean, whether or not we actually are able to get to the bottom line, is anybody's guess.
Okay. Holy crap.
So really quickly, because unless there's other pieces you guys want to share that we haven't touched on as far as questions go, can you just kind of touch on where does the case go from here? What are the next steps? What is happening as the results come back from the SANE exam? I know that there was conversation that possibly a hearing or trial would take place in January. Where is everything going from here? What's the next step?
I mean, at this point, we just need to get a temporary order formally entered to get this child started in therapy, and I've been doing cartwheels to try and get that done for her. But I have a very small amount of control in this case. We're one side. There's a judge, there's a guardian ad litem, there's an amicus attorney, there's, a respondent and her attorney. And so to the extent that we have any pull in here, we're trying to get that order entered and get that started. And I think at this point in family law cases, when there's allegations like this and when there's issues like this, what people really want to hear, what they really need to hear from are professionals and usually mental health professionals who can get involved and have some sort of educated conclusions about what's going on in the case. So it's really just a process of letting those people do their job, not just for the purposes of providing the child with therapy, but also just so that we can kind of have something to go to our decision makers to say, here's what's going on. We have our theories and we have a lot of evidence to support our theory of the case, a lot of evidence to support our theory of the case. But, we're just kind of in this weird position where we need to get, some professionals involved.
So there is a hearing that has been scheduled for the first, I don't even remember, it's the 4th of December, I believe it's the 4th, where there's a request for the boys to be returned to Kelly and a request for Sophie to be put in in an inpatient treatment facility.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can you rewind and can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah. There is a temporary orders request by Kelly that is going to be heard or supposed to be heard and scheduled to be heard on December the 4th, where she is requesting that the boys be returned to her primary custody and for Sophie to be put in an in-person treatment facility.
They want to put her in a mental institution.
So here's my question. Would the strategy behind filing that motion be because now that there's a lot of heat and things aren't looking right, we're going to pretend she's crazy, and that's what to mask it up? Is that fair to say?
This is what they
That's
tried
fair to
do
say.
before.
I think that's
fair to say.
Can I chime in here for a quick second? Okay, this is the story in the Bible where the two women bring the kid to the king, and they're arguing over the kid, and the king says, okay, well, we'll split the kid in half, and then the mother says, no, give it to the other mother, and then the king's like, okay, bring it back here. Let's hope the judge sees this. Okay, that's insane to me.
right.
Wait, I have a quick question though before I lose this train of thought. Could that also be a reason why she's not agreeing to the court-appointed therapist, because she doesn't want her to go into therapy until this motion is heard?
One could speculate about what the motives are for asking for relief like that.
Wow.
I've never seen somebody ask for something like that in a motion, especially when a professional's not even involved yet.
If a professional hasn't even evaluated her, or you haven't agreed to the court-appointed therapist that has been mandated now for several weeks,